Welcome to Day 2, Hour 3. This session is about organizational resilience, and the core premise is this. AI governance and aggression management are not separate disciplines. They are two answers to the same question. What does it take to build an organization that does not break under pressure? Most organizations still manage these issues in silos. Technology risk goes one direction, behavioral risk goes another. Different departments, different budgets, different advisors. But pressure does not arrive in silos. It hits the whole system. And if the system is fragmented, it breaks there first. Let's start by naming the frame clearly. On one side, you have aggression management, the discipline concerned with behavioral risk, workplace violence, threatening communications, escalating conflict, and the organizational conditions that allow those patterns to grow. On the other side, you have AI governance, the discipline concerned with technology-enabled risk, unapproved tool use, and data exposure. Most organizations treat those as unrelated. They are not. They are both forms of human system failure. It's about whether the organization has clear standards, trained people, and response capacity before pressure hits. Now let's talk about how AI changes the threat landscape. AI is not just a productivity tool. It is also a force multiplier for confusion, speed, anonymity, and scale. It changes how harassment and impersonation happen. If your organization is still treating AI risk as only an IT issue, you are already behind. The threat landscape is now shared. At this point, I want to introduce a voice whose work has lived for years in the world of behavioral risk, Dr. John Burns. Dr. Burns has spent his career helping organizations understand how aggression develops and how leaders can intervene effectively. His work matters because resilience is not only about systems, it is also about people, how they behave under stress. At this point, I'm going to turn the floor over to Dr. Burns. As you listen, I want you to pay attention to the overlap. Listen for how behavioral escalation and AI-enabled risk start to mirror each other. Listen for where leadership becomes the true control. What Dr. Burns just described connects directly to everything we've built this week. The requirements are strikingly similar. You need leadership commitment. You need standards. You need training. You need a culture where people recognize risk. That is the bridge. Resilience is not installed. It is trained. So now the conversation opens. This is where we stop talking in theory and start asking what resilience actually looks like. Where's the responsibility gap? Who owns what? What happens when the signal is visible but no one is authorized to respond? When we ask what a resilient company looks like, we need specifics. It has a named owner and a written AI policy. It has all staff training and an integrated protocol between security and HR. These are observable markers. And most importantly, it has leadership that models the culture instead of outsourcing it. Is your threat assessment model current? Many organizations are still using assumptions from a pre-AI environment. Are we still measuring today's threats with yesterday's framework? And if so, what blind spots are we leaving open? Resilience is built through training and certification. Awareness is not enough. Policy by itself is not enough. Certification matters because it converts scattered individual knowledge into organizational capability. What gap are you seeing in your own organization? Where does communication break down? Where is ownership fuzzy? What would have to change for resilience to become real instead of aspirational? This is the part where the room gets honest. So what did this hour produce? It produced convergence. It showed us that aggression management and AI governance belong together. It clarified that risk cannot be managed in silos. Leadership, training, and reporting culture have to move together. The resilient organization is built before it is needed. You do not wait for a deepfake incident to decide that standards matter. You build before the break. That is the work. That is the invitation. And that is why these belong in the same sentence. Thank you for being part of this session. If today's conversation raised something for you, don't leave it at insight. Turn it into action. Ask what still depends on improvisation, because strong systems only matter if they produce stronger humans.